and people are happy to talk to us now. I don't know, maybe the TV thing's part of it, but guess who we got on the phone with us right now? This man's playing in the Super Bowl in a few days. It is Ryan Jensen of the Bucs. Ryan, how are you this morning? Thanks for the time.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Dude, so this is how NFL Media Week works? You're just reporting live from your own living room? You don't, go to a hotel and do this?
Yeah, apparently, they have a couple tents set up at the facility. I did a couple this morning, and now they're like, yeah, if there's any other outside media that's not required, just do it from home. It's kind of nice.
Well, Ryan, we're big fans of yours, obviously, being a Colorado kid and representing the West Side in the Super Bowl, and we know your story. For those that don't, hey, we had Dalton Reisner on about an hour ago, Broncos guard, and I know you and Dalton are both similar stories, small town Colorado, make it to the NFL. Listen to what Dalton had to say about your story.
Oh, that's pretty awesome, man. You don't have to ask him anything. If anything, just tell him that I have a lot of respect for him and his story, where he's come from, and how much he's worked, and how hard he's trained to get to where he's at today. Because, he comes from Fort Morgan and then played at Division II CSU Pueblo, and then he went to the Ravens and now the Bucs, and now he's at the Super Bowl, and he's really deserving, man. And he had a kick-ass year. He dominated some guys. So just tell him congrats for me, if anything.
Well, that's Dalton Reisner. Let's start right there, Ryan. First of all, it must mean a lot for you to hear that from some of your colleagues in the league.
Yeah, it's awesome, especially from another small town kid. Wiggins, Fort Morgan, about 10 minutes apart. So it's awesome. I'm excited for him. He's a young, great player that is up and coming in this league, and I'm excited to see where his career goes. It's awesome that he's a hometown kid playing for his hometown team. So that's exciting. But I appreciate what he says and all that. It's awesome to hear from him.
Ryan, we've been to Super Bowls before, and it's usually a circus. We had Shaq Barrett on last week, and we say, hey, what are you going to do? You're in your hometown. Do you just hang out at home all week? And he said, I guess so. I don't really know. So how does this Super Bowl week work? I mean, here we sit on a Monday, and you've got a lot of preparation to go, but you're at home. I mean, it's kind of cool. First team to ever play in its home stadium for a Super Bowl. What happens this week?
Yeah, it's luckily for it being a pandemic, there's nothing crazy going on. It's like a normal work week besides the extra media. Even Kansas City, they're not coming in until the day before the game. Normally both teams are in the same city for that entire week. So it's just kind of crazy, driving home from the facility, and you see all the Super Bowl experience and all that. And it's like, man, I really wish, I could go there. My family could go there. But this week, with everything going on with the pandemic, we can't, family can't go and hang out there. People can't come to the house. It's kind of crazy. It kind of sucks a little bit, but it's awesome to be in the Super Bowl. That's for sure.
Ryan, can you take me through the process? Like, you signed your contract with the Bucs in 2018, so you had the Jameis Winston experience, and then give me the process of, we had Jameis for the last couple of years, now we're moving to Tom Brady. Did that immediately, you hear the news, you're like, oh God, we should be thinking championship now, once you hear his name get involved?
Yeah, I mean, when you hear Tom Brady and anything, immediately you think championship quality team. And my mindset was always that, even with Jameis, that we're going to go out and we're going to go win a championship. But you had Tom Brady, who this is his 10th Super Bowl. You had somebody like that, and it immediately, I think, changes the attitude of the team. So maybe some of those guys that didn't believe that we had a championship quality team, all of a sudden you bring a guy in like Tom, and now you're like, oh, okay, well, now we have an opportunity. So it's awesome. And when I got that phone call from Jason Light, who's our GM, saying, hey, we just signed Tom Brady, I was like, is this real life? This is crazy. But no, it's been a crazy year. It's been awesome.
You are an NFL center. Your job is to bend over and hand the ball to a quarterback through your legs.
Okay.
I want you to take us back to those early days when Tom signed and the butt sweat situation you had going, and how did you fix that?
Yeah, so when after Jason had called me and let me know that Tom was about to call me, I was expecting a phone call, and he sent me, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This is like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm sitting in my basement in Evergreen, And Tom FaceTimes me. I'm like, I wasn't expecting a FaceTime. Kind of caught me off guard. But we talked we talked about like the normal conversation. Oh, hey, how you doing? Where are you going to live at? All that fun stuff. And then immediately got into business. He goes, all right, so I gotta ask you about your sweat situation. I knew it was coming because everybody's like, oh yeah, Tom's gonna make you shove a towel down your ass, and I'm like, all right. So immediately, jumped right into it. The towel, fold it down the crack, half a bottle of baby powder, and
oh my God,
baby dry. I'm gonna take you to the Super Bowl. I'm like, all right. So
okay, wait.
Yeah, it was right out of Jump Street.
Hang on. This is nobody has this experience except for guys like you, Ryan. So is this a normal conversation between new quarterback and center, or is this feels like you're going on like a Tinder date for the first time and like, all right, here's my red flags. I'm going to get this all out in the open now. Like, what is that a normal process?
I don't think that's quite a normal process, but with Tom Brady, apparently it is. Just right out of left field. Hey, let's talk about your ass real quick. It was crazy.
Hey, listen, Ryan, I'm not going to get – I don't want to get foul here at all. But if Tom Brady comes to my team and we get a chance to win a Super Bowl, I'll shove anything anywhere he wants.
Okay.
I'm just saying okay, I guess that came out wrong. But you know what I mean. You have a chance.
Yes.
You have a chance, Ryan.
You sacrifice.
That is correct. And you're like, cool. The fact that you're cool with that makes me very cool with that. I like it.
Oh, yeah. No, it was crazy. It was pretty uncomfortable at first, but, it's one of those things now. It's just day in and day out putting a towel down your crack. You get used to it.
Right on.
All right, speaking of Tom, Peyton came through town, and we heard stories of Peyton just getting in guys' faces and, raising all boats, right? That's what these players do. What's it like competing with Tom Brady when he gets crazy out there? Because he likes to talk. He talks a lot during game.
It's awesome. I love it. I'm a big talker too on the field, and his energy and my energy kind of match up when it comes to that. So, when things aren't going right in the game, though, like he's good at getting guys back on track. I know there was a huge thing about in the Chicago game. There's a picture of him. It looks like he's just screaming at me.
Yeah.
When in real life, he was yelling at all of us. It just looked like I was taking the brunt of it. But he's got a way of bringing the team back together when things aren't going right and get everybody focused back up. So that's what it's like. It's so competitive and such a strong leader that when he speaks, people listen.
Well, maybe it feels like it's you because when I need to locate Jensen on the field, it's an easy thing to do. I just look for the red hair flying out the bottom of the helmet, and maybe if he's yelling at you, then people say, oh, yeah, he's all over Jensen's bacon when he's all over everybody's. But I followed your team, Ryan, obviously from day one this year, and things started to open up midseason. And I don't know how that works and whether Tom gets more comfortable in the offense or he starts doing more of what he likes to do, and Bruce says, okay, go do your thing. But what clicked for you guys like midway through the year when the passes started working, the deep ball started going, and the offense started to be really prolific?
Yeah, I think with a shortened off season, not having OTAs and stuff like that, we didn't have as an offense. It's all about timing and getting comfortable with each other. And I think with BA's offense, it's a pretty complicated offense. Getting together and finally getting that continuity of, this is where we need to be, on each pass play, all those minute details, and then that feel. I think it just took a little bit of extra time, and then, Tom started getting comfortable, and when Tom's comfortable, he's dangerous.
Ryan, you brought up Bruce Arians, and I can't believe it just hit me now. I've been begging to ask somebody this question who would know all season long. What is the bomb he has tied to his chest in the middle of games? What is that thing right in the middle? It looks like he's about to take hostages in 5 minutes.
He's Darth Vadered out is what he is.
What is that?
It's his headphones for his the on-field communication. Most normal coaches wear it around their waist for whatever reason. He wears it. He wears it like a like you said, like a hostage vest.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to go full Iron Man with it. It's just right here in the middle.
Well, dude, we're rooting for you, man. We hate Kansas City, obviously, being in Denver. Gotta hate the Chiefs. If you looked at their defense, what kind of danger do they present, and how do you deal with it?
what they do good is they pressure the quarterback with blitzes and they bring a lot of pressure. So for us as an offense, picking up and identifying those pressures is what's going to be huge. Spags, their defense coordinator, I was with him in Baltimore, I think my first 2 years, and he runs a lot of crazy stuff. But being able to pick that up and everybody being on the same page is a huge key for this game.
Yeah, don't give that offense the ball either. Keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands for as long as possible.
Good
That's
job,
got to
Vic.
be the recipe.
Great game plan, Vic.
Yeah,
nice
if you
job.
want Vic to zoom into your guys'
I got you
for this week, Vic's got you.
I got you. Talcum powder on the butt and keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands.
Great game plan.
Great game plan.
Hey man, we're proud. Hey, Ryan, we're proud of you. Hey, good luck. Go get those guys, man. Have a great time this week. Enjoy the process.
Will do. I appreciate you guys for having me.
There you
Take
go,
care, man.
Jensen.
Ryan Jensen, the pride of Fort Morgan, now representing Colorado in the Super Bowl. Dude, can you imagine that story? You're getting ready. You just signed Tom Brady, and he FaceTimes you and says, "Yeah, how's your butt?"
First of all, he said not expecting the FaceTime. So let's do just step one.
Yeah.
You're expecting a phone call from Tom Brady, like, okay, Tom Brady's going to call me. And then it's a FaceTime. Oh my God, he's going to look great. I have to look kind of good, don't I? Can I shave real quick? So that's number one. Number two is, hey, Ryan, what's up? Yeah, I'm going to live over here. Shut up for a second. Towel down the crack, half a bottle of baby powder every time. I'm not dealing with that sweat, okay?
Done. Let's do it. And by the way, Fort Morgan, we had Dalton on from Wiggins. Yeah. As you said, about
Joel
10 minutes
Dreesen's
away.
got to be smiling right now, by the way. Joel, you started this thing.
All those Northeast Colorado guys have got to be very prideful, but Fort Morgan's a great little community, man. I didn't get a chance to ask him, is he a North Sider of 76 or is he a South Sider of 76?
Got to take a quick break here. We got Tim Conley joining us in the 9 o'clock hour. Ben Hochman also joining us in the 9 o'clock hour, breaking down that Nolan trade to St. Louis. We're back in 3 minutes.